Three, two, one. Bienvenue. Welcome to the M&I'S podcast. My name is Mark, and I'm joined by my friend and co-host.
What's up, guys? It's Isaiah. Nice to meet you.
Awesome. All right. Today we have a bunch of breaking news from Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather,
Oh,
to Anthony Joshua, Tyson
oh,
Fury returning,
ew.
some canceled
No joking.
fights, canceled fights coming in. Um, the most avoided boxer, Amanda Nunes, and all of that great stuff coming to you soon. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy this show. But before we begin, let me throw it to Isaiah for his announcement.
All right, hold on real fast. Let my brain catch up, guys. All right, for you listeners, there's 31 of you, y'all. That's amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm glad that you stayed enough to become a listener on our show. I just want to talk about the analytics first. There's apparently of those 31 listeners, 10% are from the east and west side of Hong Kong. Guys, we reached all the way to Hong Kong. Who's listening to us in Hong Kong, bro? If you're in Hong Kong, let us know. 3% is from Bangkok. Why are y'all watching our show in Bangkok, bro? That's amazing. Come comment on our show. Let us know how did you come across us? And of course, everyone else is the best country in the world. I'm not even gonna cap that. US of A. All right. All you other guys are cool too, but not just as cool as my country. God bless America. Thank you. Anyway, from the US, it's kind of split apart. We got people from Nevada, or if you're from there and you people ask you if it's pronounced Nevada, those people too. We got people from the California, and then of course we got people from the islands, some of my badass in Hawaii. Nice to meet you guys. And dude, we're growing as a channel, and it's amazing that we've only been doing this for a few weeks, and we got like more than one listener, bro. That's two listen, bro. Like 15, oh, different dimension already. Feel me? So it's amazing that you guys are here, and we're so glad to have you, and we hope that we grow even more, and that you guys like us, because my next point is that me and Mike, us together, we may live in like on the side of the street, and I live in a box somewhere next to Squidward, next to the dumpster, but we are absolutely faded, faduded, fadidid. Okay, we're not sober, and there is no but. We are not sober, and we will give you our absolute best to do this show. Can we analyze the fight while we're drunk? Can we do that? Mark, do you think we could do that?
Hey, man, I'll try my best.
We're so fucked.
I
Oh my
know.
god. Anyway. Okay. For because there are 31 listeners, and we're like, holy shit. Let's drink it. Let's change it up a little bit. Sorry for anyone who was actually looking for the mental health tips this week. I hope you're doing okay. We're not doing mental health tips today, dude. We are gonna do the absolute freaking opposite. All right, and we're gonna do it in a different format. So, healthy drinking tips. Two oxymoron words that should not be in the same freaking name. But because we're not sober, and because water sounds so fucking good right now, and Mark is just vibing, we're gonna do some healthy drinking tips. And you, my friend Mark, are gonna let me know how you think about it. What do you think about it? And then you guys too. You guys let me know in the comments about these healthy drinking tips, whether it's bogus, it's a good idea, and I hope your liver is okay. All right, Mark, you ready?
Okay.
You ready, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
Bro, I'm focused. You focused? Okay. Mm. Okay. Oof, here we go. So, number one, understand, understand both how much alcohol you are having and how much you should have. Ooh.
Oh man, I think I messed that up already.
Oh, fuck, guys. Do what we say, not what we do. Okay. Thank you. Um, and so drinking can be a part of a healthy lifestyle as long as you learn control, right? As long as you learn as much as about the effects of the alcohol on your body and like your transportation, all that. Just understand how fucked up you're getting today.
All right,
All right.
on that note, I gotta
Yeah.
tell you guys a story. In college, I got so drunk, I like blacked out, and the next day, my friend, his name's Derek, he took me to go donate some blood, and I donated blood the next day after being so pissed drunk. So the lady was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm great, ma'am. I'm great."
I'm an apple and you're great, bro.
Yeah, he gave me the Captain Morgan experience, bruh.
Oh my
And not only
fuck.
that, but I didn't know this, but he mixed the the Arizona green tea with red
Yeah.
wine. So I just kept on drinking that the whole gallon. I didn't think it was anything until I realized I was like, I don't feel right, and then I was like, screw it, I'm just going the deep end now.
Oh my fuck. Bro, let me tell you, one time Mark uh, had to stay at my apartment for a few days. And then our roommate Matt, right? Won't give out his last name, but I'll just say his room. His name is Matt. And then like dog,
Oh,
he rolled us the best. Not sure if we could use word here. Can we talk about drugs? No? Yes?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. All right. We were not sober. we were we were damn, there's nothing that we could compare to that. We were not sober. Let's just say that. We were not sober. And then break. We tried to watch Castlevania.
Oh, bro, we had to rewind
Bro,
hella.
we had to rewind like this one scene because we were so confused how this one character went from that part of the screen to the other part of the screen. We're like, oh yeah, that's my story. But yeah, okay, so sorry. Second tip, right, is um
Oh my god,
yeah, this was a mistake.
this is a mistake because like
What's up?
I'm about to take my next shot. So continue on.
Oh, ooh. Like we're doing healthy. Like understand, yeah. Use the first one. Understand how much alcohol you're having, Mr. Mark. All right,
So I had, for your guys' information, I had 2 shots of tequila. Okay, by the way, we are not underage. All right, let's
we're
get that
not.
out there. We're both over the age of 21. All right,
Yes.
so I had 2 shots of tequila. I had 3 shots of vodka. I'm gonna have my fourth one right now. And the tequila was like 40% alcohol. The vodka is around 60%, but it's like extra smooth, so I don't even taste it anymore.
Oh my god.
And I'm good. I'm good. I won't be a-okay in the morning for work.
Oh, shit. Okay, sorry. Number two. Number two. Count your drinks. Okay.
That's what I
It's
just
easy.
did right there.
Ah, yo. Straight up. Uh, we straight up. What's his name from? Uh, what's his name from Sesame Street? The Count.
Oh,
Count.
Count
Yeah,
Countula
bro.
or something.
Yeah, count whatever. That guy, we counted just like him. Thank you for you and your organ on the show. It was amazing. And make sure to count your drinks because it is easy to drink more than you realize. A standard drink is a can or bottle of mid strength beer, or 100 milligrams of wine, or 30 milligrams of shots or spirits.
Shit.
Drinks served in bars and restaurants often only contain about, I don't know, a little bit more than just one drink. Keep that in mind. So if you have a limit and you stick to it, which we are absolutely not, then if you stick to it, you will have a good time and you'll be able to sober up and go home safe. And of course, let us know what you guys think about that one. Mark just did that, so I'll take that just as his comment. How you doing, Mark?
God. I'm good. I'm
Okay,
good.
okay. And number five, uh, number five, is this is kind of, if you do this, I swear to God, you lost a few brain cells before you got drunk. Is don't drink and drive. All right, that is like the dumbest thing that you can do. It's against the law in Australia to drive with a blood alcohol concentration of about above 0.05, and everywhere else has their own thing, but just don't do it, man. Every result around the world is the same, right? The more you drink and when you get drunk, your awareness, your capabilities of decision making are not the same when you're driving. Stay home. Do it there with a friend that you trust, or if you get an Uber, that might be like the best thing that you could do, because you can only drink and drive once, and bad enough, you're going to die in that same instance or get severe, or even worse, you could live and be severely injured for the rest of your life, knowing why you're severely injured is because you just had to be a dumbass for one night. So don't do that.
Or
Mark,
you
you have
could,
any thoughts on
yeah,
that?
hey man, you could also kill someone in the process. You could survive and kill someone. So you're gonna serve some jail time.
I mean, no, you're gonna serve double jail time, bro. You
Oh yeah,
drunk drove, can killed somebody.
yeah. And you can't find like a good job afterwards because that's gonna be on your record for the rest of your life.
Dude, that's, you're fucked. You're not gonna work past McDonald's forever.
Yeah, with that in mind, I did. I'm just no, I never. I've never driven drunk. I had friends who did,
Bruh.
which where Isaiah and I went to college, it snowed and they drove drunk while it was snowing. So
Bro, that's hilariously bad.
yeah, so don't be them.
Oh, don't be them.
Just be safe. If you're gonna drink, the best thing to do is drink at home. Have friends over and drink at home. That's the best one to do.
Nice.
Plus, you get to make the drink yourself. You can decide how strong, how weak you want it.
Yeah, that why do you have to go anywhere? Just you're there to relax.
Oh
You're there to
yeah,
relax and have fun with people that you like. That's the important thing. Just make sure it's people that you like, people that you trust.
yeah.
I'd rather have that experience than like an actual party, to be honest.
I'd be drinking alone, listening to "Glimpse of Us" by Joji. I'm
Bro,
playing.
you should put that in the background. Here, we'll put that. You can't do it, but I will. I'll listen to you while I'm listening to "Glimpse of Us" by Joji. If you are if you have heard that song or haven't, go check that guy out. Super amazing artist. Interesting background if you know where he's from, and the song will hit you places you don't want to be hit.
All right, on to some. That took us way longer for our intro,
Oh
so
hell yeah!
this is scary. So
Oh, shit.
let's get to actual
Okay,
news. So
okay,
the break.
just for an FYI, we will do our best to keep this as concise as possible. If the topic can be expanded upon and a discussion can be made, we'll do it. Other than that, we will be efficient. All right, go, Mark. Get in.
All right, before we start, I have to take a shot.
Shit. I guess that's a hit for me too, buddy. Give me some water, boy.
Oh God.
Shit. Mm. That is the best
Oh, that fucking
fucking water.
vodka burned.
Oh. Oh my
All right.
god, my ass. Okay, go for it, buddy. Go for it. Hit it. Hit me.
So breaking news, man.
Alrighty. Yo. So
So Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather are set for a huge rematch, according
bruh.
to Roy O'Callaghan from the Sport Bible. McGregor and Floyd are reported very close to agreeing on a sensational rematch 5 years on from their first meeting in the ring. The source claims that personal terms have already been agreed between the two fighters, but there is yet to be an agreement over the number of rounds, with the former UFC champ McGregor wanting 10 rounds instead of 12. The fight is set to be at 155 pounds, which could require McGregor to lose a significant amount of weight. McGregor bulked up to around 190 pounds since recovering from his recent injuries. Mayweather has reportedly offered McGregor $157.9 million for the rematch and is said to be willing to put his unbeaten professional record on the line, which means he is going to have the fight sanctioned. Like he alluded to last week, that he would have one sanctioned fight. So, Isaiah, what do you think about this fight? Do you think
Oh
McGregor
my
can finally tarnish that perfect 50-0? And if McGregor loses, should he retire from fighting?
bro, if they're already talking about that, that would some it would half break my heart because I really wanted to see Connor go back into the octagon and finish business there, you know. I know it wasn't in his interest to defend the belts because I think he was just on a he was on a silver pillow by then, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I I would also understand it from his perspective though, because number one, you would make way more money doing that than you would in a UFC fight. Um, and you're already in a good place financially. The hunger, it's different in the UFC there. You know, if you're doing it with Mayweather, then it's like he's retired too, and shoot, you could retire too if you wanted to. So like the fire isn't really there. It's more of like oh, we're rich enough to do this. Let's pull it. I don't know. It was I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like it at all. And it would kind of be shitty because Connor's been like practicing his legs again, his kicks. Nah, I would just say please just do that later. Focus on MMA first. You still have some time. What do you think, Mike?
Hey, man. My thing is, if I was a professional fighter, I would choose the route where I make the most money and acquire the least amount of damage, to where I can
Mm-hmm.
secure my wealth and generational wealth. And I think this is a great move for Connor to do. If he's being offered $157.9 million, that doesn't include whatever the pay-per-view revenue and whatever else is going to be added on to that. Man, that's a lot of money. And I don't think he should turn that down. I think he should, take the fight. And if he loses, he should retire. If he wins, man, imagine the rematch again between the two. That would be the first time that Floyd has ever lost,
I
right?
guess so. No,
Like,
but like it's just like the time in which that would have happened would have been too late. His legacy would have already been. I mean, it already is. It's already cemented because we know he's past his prime. He's 40 something.
yeah,
You know. So I would I personally didn't like to answer those questions because I just don't want to see it. But you're right. Um, it
but
would be
yeah,
amazing.
I think whatever's best financially for McGregor, I think he should pick, whether it is to fight Floyd or stay with the UFC. But I don't think the UFC is gonna shell out 157 point for him to
No,
fight.
that's not lucrative at all.
Yeah,
No way.
so I think for his finances and to secure his family for the rest of his life and for the rest of their lives, go with the fight.
Yeah.
Even though we all know what the outcome is going to be, it might change, man. Who knows?
No,
If they
still
agree to the 10 round fight limit, who knows?
maybe. If 10 is enough, maybe you should make it like 8 so that you could focus on like
You want
aggression.
6?
Fuck it, go amateur, go 3. Just 3 bang it. Then we'll have an interesting freaking fight. If
But
it's
like,
only 3
how
rounds.
about like 3 rounds of like boxing, 3 rounds of MMA, then 3 rounds
Bro,
of boxing?
bro, McGregor just has to evade for 3 rounds, and then just once MMA hits, you die. he just Mayweather just dies.
Just imagine like McGregor just goes just full wrestler because like I don't think Floyd knows how to defend a takedown.
No. Yeah, he did it on he it's not even his strongest suit in his game, but he's done it against a reporter and it looks so goddamn clean. There's an old interview with him and a reporter, and he the movements that he was making, you can understand why he's at that level,
Hmm.
McGregor, I'm talking about. Bro, it's if that hits if that hits round 4, which is like the rounds, if we're treating it like that, if it hits round 4, Mayweather's fucking dead.
Exactly. Anyway,
No way.
so that's that. We're moving
Mm.
on to the next
Yep.
one. I mean, it's another shot.
All right, I'll take another hit of this water. All right, give me a second.
Oh, it gets easier the more you drink. But
Oh, all right. Mark, my position changed by the way on my Goodwill chair, guys. I still live in the trash can. I am like completely just slouched down on my chair, and like the mic is so close. So I hope this is a good level though.
it is a good level.
Okay, okay, keep going by the way. My
So
bad.
the next one is a brief little thing. Tyson Fury is actually talking about coming back into boxing, but his comeback fight is going to be against an exhibition against the world's strongest man, half Thor Bjornsson, and it's going to be in London in front in November, sometime in November, and it's going to be an exhibition, and we all know what the outcome is. If you think that half Thor Bjornsson can actually do this, then you are smoking some pot. Um,
Bro, come here, sit with me, buddy.
I don't think this is gonna happen. If this does happen, it's gonna be a spectacle, but it is what it is. Off to some actual better news. So here it is. It's on Sport Bible. So if you guys want to read it, it's by Roy O'Callahan again. Something very simple. Anyway, AJ is a tough opponent. So Alexander Usyk said in an interview from Give Me Sport, said that Anthony Joshua is a formidable opponent after admitting their first fight was really difficult. So Usyk said the following: "Everybody keeps saying that it was an easy walk, but no, it was not. It was a hard fight for him and for me. After the fight, I returned to the hotel, took some food, and fell asleep sitting up. All I did was just pray." So, what do you think about Usyk's words, and do you agree with him or disagree with him?
Um, it's I don't know, what's the way to put this? It's something that you have to understand if you actually went to a really good boxing gym, I would say. Like one that takes themselves seriously. Reason why I'm saying that is because I don't have any professional fights, but I do go to a boxing gym and I spar, and I understand. Um, when he says that everybody keeps saying it was an easy walk, but no, it was hard for him and for me, because you have to understand that Anthony Joshua was a taller opponent, and he Usyk made it in a way that looked like he was just everywhere, always on his feet, evading really long, crispy jabs, making AJ think about what he's doing. Just think about the stuff like that when you're in an actual spar is a lot harder than it seems. It's just amazing plan work by Usyk to pull that off. Not because not because he looked easy, he just made it look easy until you actually try it. But pray, I'm not a very religious man, but what I do notice in the fight game is that like, a lot of people are religious to a degree where they pray before they fight. There's a lot of people in the sport. And that is amazingly important in a fight when you have that extra like 10%, 20, 30% boost in confidence just because you know that there's someone who cannot be touched, who has never been beaten on the backside of you. That's what I think about that. I may not be a religious person, but that part I can understand. When you have that in your head, you've already won large percent of the battle, which is probably why Usyk made it too easy. So, what do you think about that, Mr. Mark?
Like I agree with that, man. I think if you ever look at the fight, Usyk only won 7 out of 12 rounds, and Joshua took 5 of the rounds. So look at that as it may, it's still very close. 7-5 out of 12 rounds. It's not like he was washed. It wasn't like Usyk took 9 rounds and Joshua only took 3. In addition to that, um, the game plan for both were completely opposite of one another. But Anthony Joshua trying to keep up and box with Usyk still caused considerable damage to Usyk's face. If you ever look after the fight, Usyk had a huge gash above his forehead. Um, Joshua's eyes was pretty swollen, but I think when you reach to that world class level, especially a championship level, uh, any fight is going to be a tough fight. Um, so I do agree. Uh, this is a very tough sport and a very tough game, and you know, you don't. As the saying goes, you don't play boxing. You,
Yep.
right? So even though these guys are world class, a lot of things could happen to them. So it is still very tough for both of them, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So I do agree with him that it was a very tough fight. And to all the people who said that, Alexander Usyk just washed Anthony Joshua, I don't think you understand boxing enough to see the difficulty that Usyk had to make, the difficult decisions and the difficult movements he had to make, as well as the punishment he had to endure to his face and to his body. All right. So,
Just to add to that, I'm like just a little tidbit is that like those marks are signs that he had to give up some form of sacrifice, whether that be his face position or his body position, just to get into a better position to strike. That that's like the hard part about being the shorter fighters. You have to figure out how to do that, what to potentially sacrifice, so that you get the punch that you want. That's what you get in the face.
yeah, exactly. And sometimes, if you take those sacrifices, one of those punches might knock you out.
Mm-hmm.
So, every engagement you do in boxing is a risk and a reward. Jeez. Oh my God. The alcohol. It's hitting. Like my words are starting to slur, and it's just going to still
I
mumbling.
died. I died.
I'm starting to sound like Sylvester Stallone. Like after
Oh
he.
my fucking god.
No, but every engagement you take in boxing is a risk and a reward. It just depends on your opponent if they're gonna uh, attack, right? So again, I agree with him. Um, to all the people who said, "Oh, it's a wash," rewatch the fight and really look at it. Okay,
Oh yeah.
so briefly on that, Anthony Joshua has said in an interview, really quickly, that after the fight, right, if he wins, he becomes the three-time world champion. Three times. Uh, he joins a very select few. Muhammad Ali is one of those three-time champions, and he has said that he's gonna drop the belts because he wants everyone to respect him as a person and not their belts. Right.
Mm.
So I think that's pretty important, right? Um, especially with how corrupt the boxing organizations are,
Mhm.
as well as it. You shouldn't respect a person based on the income or whatever they make. You should respect the person based on the person themselves, right? And I think that's an incredible feat to become a three-time world champion.
Oh yeah. So
I can barely name a few, like, but to be a three-time world champion, that's a huge thing.
I mean, there are people who've had more than that. I'm pretty wait, 3 time champ. Oh no, people done that before. We just dude, look at our brains right now.
Yeah, like Manny
We're vibing out right
Pacquiao is
now, man.
eight-time.
8. Yep, 8. And
Eight.
Lomachenko's 4.
No, so
So
Lomachenko's a four-division world champ, right? He's gone up the divisions four times.
ah damn.
Pacquiao's done it eight times.
Holy
Well,
shit.
Anthony Joshua stayed in one division because he can't go any bigger,
Oh okay.
right?
Yeah.
And the three-time world champion is becoming champion multiple times in
Damn.
over. And I think Lomachenko has only been I think he's only been a two-time world champion.
Um
He lost the belts. He hasn't regained them.
I don't think he's ever I mean, you're always in the defense with boxing, but uh
He's
I
never.
think he was
He's
always going for
Yeah.
how
He's
does that work?
always been trying to get the belts,
Yeah, he's
right?
never defended it and yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Well, I think he has defended it. It's just he hasn't
No, no, I mean like
he
he
hasn't
hasn't
lost it and tried to regain them.
yeah, as of yet.
Yeah,
As of
and I
yet.
think this would be his
I,
first time if he did.
yeah, if it was like the person who has it, which is Haney,
Yeah.
has them is Haney.
But yeah, so this is what he
So
said, right? I think this is good. Um,
oh yeah,
respect to you, Joshua. Keep going.
keep going, buddy.
So Bob Arum, right? This is an upcoming match. Whether or not this is going to be redemption or a repeat robbery. So according to Boxing Scene, Josh Taylor, the current undisputed champion at 140, has agreed to a rematch with Jack Catterall after a controversial win, swaying towards the champion. The fight is planned for the 26th of November in Glasgow, Scotland. And what do you think about this fight? Will this be a repeat or a redemption for Jack Catterall?
This is the like the one the one like part of the script I had to like read and then analyze, but then realize that I wouldn't have enough time to research and give you an informed opinion on these two because I didn't pay attention to these two. So go ahead and give me your thoughts on this one because you know more about it more than I do.
So, the Josh Taylor is a very tricky southpaw, um, very clean counter puncher, and I think during this fight, he had to defend his belt against Jack Catterall because he was mandatory. And Jack Catterall actually trained and sparred with Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez in preparation for his fight with Josh Taylor, and it definitely showed in the fight. Jack Catterall dropped Josh Taylor in the early parts of the fight, and he did a lot of clean counterpunching against Josh Taylor. And Catterall, he really played to his strengths. He's a shorter fighter compared to Taylor. He had shorter reach, but he was able to get inside, make the fight really dirty and messy, and countered whenever Taylor stepped out, which
Mm.
was really clean. And me personally, I was watching the fight. I scored the fight. I scored the fight 8 rounds to Catterall and only 4 to Taylor. But yet the judges swung heavily in favor towards Taylor. And everyone after the fight, the commentators, the media, were all like, yo, this is a robbery, dot, dot, dot. And Catterall has not stopped ever since. He's been calling out Taylor, saying that he was robbed, and if you were a man, that you would actually fight me and prove that you're a man, that you could beat me. And I think that's the only reason why this fight is been sanctioned for a rematch. And me
Mm.
personally, analyzing the fight, I think, from my perspective, I think Josh Taylor is going to win this fight. Primarily, I think what happened was he just overlooked Jack Catterall. I think he just overlooked him. He didn't think he was much of a threat. And when
Mm.
you do that, especially at high level, especially for a championship fight, um, pointing example is Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz.
Mm-hmm.
Major upsets can happen. But luckily for Taylor, the judges were mostly from his hometown, and they favored him more because the hometown crowd and everything else playing into a factor favored him more to win the fight. But this time around, I think he's gonna take all those into consideration and beat Jack Catterall fairly easily.
Mm.
That's my take on that.
Good point. I mean, I've seen that happen before, so I'd have to do a little bit more research on those two to even give an informed opinion on that. But I do understand the process, and I would probably say the same.
So next thing is the champ is moving to 135. And you're questioning which champ that is. And well, it is your boy, Shakur Stevenson. So Stevenson told in an interview with the boxing scene that if the business does not align to land the last remaining 2 title unification fights to become an undisputed champion at 130, he could move up to 135. So what do you think about this possible move? Should Stevenson stay at 130 and become undisputed, or should he move up?
Hmm. Um, which one's what weight is Loma at? 140 right now, 135 to 140.
No, he's at
And it's not
135.
135 right now, but he went up 140 to Tiafimo,
No, he
or did
hasn't.
did Tiafimo went down?
Teofimo and Loma were at the same weight class at 135, and then
Oh, I see,
Teofimo
I see.
lost to Cambosos, and he moved up to 140.
Ah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so so I mean, I would just I would just say move up just for the sake of time. I want to see like Loma versus Stevenson eventually. Maybe not in the near future because there still has to be some sort of tune-up fight. But I mean, if you can unify it, like if I some sort of deal before then perhaps. But other than that, no, I would just move up to 135.
I think what you should do is be undisputed at 130, and hopefully the stars align and Loma becomes undisputed champ at 135, and then you fight
Oh.
Lomachenko. Because by the time Lomachenko becomes undisputed, that means he has beaten Devin Haney, and he already has a tune-up. Devin Haney has very similar style to Stevenson. So we kind of already know the outcome, whether or not Stevenson can change it up, right? Because both Stevenson and Haney were trained under the same kind of principle and same kind of stylistic type of fight. And if it's two undisputed champs, one from 130 and one from 135, it's going to be a big fight. I think that would be the best business move to do, is to do that.
Yep.
So I'd say wait, clean out the division, then move up, right? So then it's like, yo, you're a bad man if you can clean up the division.
Yeah, I can see that as a way better option. Just
So
popped it.
really quickly, we will see the best Canelo according to Triple G. So Triple G said in an interview with the boxing scene. Oh, by the way, guys, you guys subscribe to the boxing scene or follow them on Twitter or whatnot, because they put out the most accurate content because they get those interviews with the fighters, and pretty accurate because they literally interviewed the fighter itself. So this is what he said. You will learn from a loss. We're at the level that a loss can only make you stronger. I think it's good for Canelo because the loss kind of brought him back to reality. He'll make the right conclusions from that fight to be a better boxer. Do you agree with Triple G? What kind of fighter will we see from Canelo against Triple G?
Hmm. I mean, that's the title. It's in the title. We'll see the best Canelo.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a no brainer. He's just getting into his prime, or actually, no, he is in his prime right now. Triple G is getting older. It should be more of the better question should be like, how is Triple G looking? We already know Canelo's gonna be better, but can Triple G keep up at that rate? Because Father Time plays his violin, doesn't stop. What do you think?
I think Canelo is just going to be significantly better. And it's just going to show. And Triple G, no matter what he tries, he's not going to do any. It's not going to do much against Canelo, right? Canelo's what, in his
Mhm.
early 30s?
If that, no, he's in his 30s. He's maybe, yeah, early 30s.
Yeah, and then Triple G's in his late 30s, almost into his 40s. I think he's in the 40s, actually.
I'm like, fuck. Yeah, no, no way. That's old, my friend.
Yeah, so of course Canelo's going to be like freaking 10 times better. I would be very suspicious if I saw Triple G become 10 times better. Because I'm like, let me see that blood sample, man. Because at that age, especially at 40, your speed, your reflexes aren't going to be the same. So I think
Mhm.
the better question to ask is, will we see a better Triple G? And my honest opinion is no, we're not going to see a better Triple G.
Nope. Sorry. That age doesn't work like that.
I wish it did.
No.
Man, I'll be slaying when I'm like 69, man.
I mean, I guess that depends on the sport though, because there are some sports, not physical, not like purely physical ones. I'm talking about like chess, for example. As you get older, you just have more
Experience.
yeah, experience, and the curve for that, where you start losing like thoughts processes, is not until like way later in comparison to what boxing
Yeah.
usually is.
Well, most sports are like that.
Yeah.
Uh, even sports like golf. The older you get, it ain't the same.
Yep. You become like Tiger Woods, cheat on your wife, have like a bajillion surgeries.
Stop. But man, the next one is our next topic is. Let me take another shot really quickly. God damn. So, hey
So,
man, I'm just saying,
bro.
The drink I'm having right now is just straight up. There's no mixers in it. It's definitely giving me more chest hair than I anticipated. So
That was Mark's last two brain cells. We're giving it
Tank
a give
isn't
it.
as good as people think he is.
You read that wrong.
Right? So Sergio
I'm joking. I'm
Mora
joking.
is a former middleweight champion. He's now retired and he's a boxing commentator for The Zone. And he tweeted the following about Tank. He said, Tank 27 is a beast and exciting to watch, but his lack of top opposition is coming to light. At 23, Ryan Garcia's record already outweighs Davis. What the fuck? It's not a good look when you got a kid chasing you down, Tank. So, do you agree with Sergio's assessment of Tank, and does Ryan Garcia have a better resume than Tank Davis?
Um, I mean, if we're comparing Tank and Riot, then I'm 100% gonna go on Tank. I'm pretty sure Mark is gonna go 100% on Tank. But if we're looking at them from apart and looking at them apart and as individual fighters, um, yeah, I don't know why Tank is not going up against more, um, more experienced or more skillful fighters than who he's usually used to. Um, I mean, it could be a strategy thing. Um, it could be to do with the skill. I don't think it's the skill. I think it's just more of um the way that Tank feels, or maybe there's something wrong with the management. I don't know because he's part of MGM, right? I'm sorry.
The money
MT,
team.
no, TMT. My bad. MGM. The fuck.
MGM. I was like, ain't that the casino?
MGM. Ain't that the fucking lion in the beginning of the movie?
Rar.
Sorry, TMT. He's part of TMT. It's up to
Yeah.
them. I don't know. So could be an issue, a number of things. Because Ryan is still going up. You know, what I mean, he's calling out Tank, and Tank should be doing that to someone else. If that makes sense. So yeah, I kind of agree with that. What do you think about that, Mike?
Bruh. Hell no, dog. What the hell? This is clearly a person who has an agenda. So Sergio Mora, right? He works for the Zone. Ryan Garcia fights for the Zone. I think Sergio Mora is just being a good company employee, saying the things that he's saying to antagonize Tank while making Ryan Garcia better than what he is. Right? Bruh, no. Absolutely not.
Hey
Sergio
man,
Mora
what if
is
he's right?
just no. He's not right, dog. He's clearly you can read the bias in there.
I'm joking.
Hell no. So I think Tank Davis has a slightly better resume than Ryan Garcia, but when it comes down to it, I'm still picking Tank Davis to whoop Ryan Garcia. Just saying. All right.
Wait, has Tank? Oh wait, no. Was that Ryan Garcia who went against Luke Campbell? That was
Yeah.
him. That was him,
Yeah.
right? Oh, never
Yeah.
mind. I was thinking about Tank and the Campbell. That wouldn't have made sense.
No,
All right, let's
but
do it.
Tank definitely fought Zapata and all the other different fighters in his division
Oh, I
already.
see.
But
I guess they're just going after the fact that Tank hasn't called anyone out per se.
well, the
Like,
reason I'm
in the
like
upper part.
the one thing is like Tank doesn't need to call anyone
No, no, no.
out.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're taking advantage of that, and then they're like
I think
saying that Ryan is
that's a
calling him
cheap
out.
shot, bro. That's a cheap shot. Of course, the younger person has to call out the veteran lion in the ring. You know, the young lion has to call them out. What do you think? You want
Ooh.
the freaking old veteran to call out a young guy? No.
No. No. I'm talking about them as like separate fighters, not together. Together, oh yeah, Tank for sure. But
Bro.
um, Yeah, I'm just saying they take advantage of that situation. That would make sense. Yeah.
But
God, we're faded.
oh my god, jeez, I am seeing three different things all at once, and my speech is definitely like if I drove, I would definitely crash. But I'm not. So on to some less exciting news. Oh my, I hate this section, but Jake Paul has called himself the most avoided fighter in boxing. So Jake Paul
Bruh.
canceled the fight due to issues with Rahman's weight. Paul offered Rahman the fight on July 5th, knowing Rahman was walking around at 230 pounds. The fight was originally scheduled for August 26th at 200 pounds. However, the New York Commission has disallowed Rahman to fight because he was 215 pounds 1 week prior to the fight. Rahman's camp reassured the commission that he would reach the 205 to 200 pound weight limit before the fight. However, Jake Paul canceled the fight due to issues over the weight and has been parading around social media saying that Rahman has canceled the fight because he is scared that Jake Paul will knock him out. So, what do you think about this news, and who do you think is at fault?
Dude, I actually was reading up on this.
Uh-huh.
Um, the but the thing is though, like, uh, it's uh Ramon's he was given, I believe, like, was it 24 weeks or 24 days. I can't remember like the measurement method, but it was a certain amount of time to lose weight, right?
Yeah.
And then when they checked him, he lost less than a pound of weight. So I'm not sure if maybe it's conflicting news sources, but I don't know what Rahman was doing in that instance. Like, how can you not lose at least 1 pound in that much amount of time? Either whether it be 24 days or 24 weeks. It probably is 24 days,
I
but
don't
that's
think it's
still,
24 days. I thought it was 24
bro,
hours.
to lose 1 pound. No, it wasn't 24 hours. No, 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 no. It was longer than that.
Well, he
And
started he started his camp at 230, and now 1 week before he's only 215. He still just needs 10 10 to
I don't
15
know.
more pounds to lose.
I thought I read something different. Like, he lost less than a pound by a certain amount of time, and it was like, what is your team doing? They're not taking the fight
No, I think
seriously.
no, Jake Paul sent out the commission to do that a few days ago. And that's what they found was he only lost a pound already. But I'm like, he still has an entire week to go before the weigh-in. And him
Mm.
being a professional fighter, and not only that, but Jake Paul did an interview on his Instagram saying that MMA fighters lose 25 pounds on fight night and stuff like that. I'm like, 25 pounds, Rockman could do that in a
Bro,
week then.
25 pounds. Holy
Yeah,
I don't think
so
that's
I think that's cap, but still, like, Rockman is a professional fighter. I'm sure he can lose 10 to 15 pounds within this week. And it just seems so very how do we say this? Try to find a word. Very
if I'm with.
convenient. It's very convenient that all of a sudden, oh, the fight is off. I don't have a single replacement. Dot dot dot. You know.
Hmm. Maybe it was I just saw a conflicting news source about the whole scenario.
But
Um.
in addition to that, he was given the contract July 5th, right? So
Mm-hmm.
July 5th, he was given the contract to fight Jake Paul. Fights on August 6th. He has 30 days. Do you think it's absolutely healthy to lose 30 pounds in 30 days?
I don't know. I swear I saw something about him losing like less than 1 pound. I'm not sure how big of a difference
But
that was in the time
it was
span that
only
they're
the
talking about.
announcement has been made and agreements have been made on July 5th, right?
Oh,
I'm going off the moment that paper was signed. July 5th till August 6th. That's less than 30 days. That's 31 days, roughly around, I think,
mm-hmm.
right? Yeah. And Rockman was walking around at 230. He's a big person.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. And to have him lose nearly 30 pounds in 30 days, is that normal? I don't think it is. And not only that, but then I'm like, all of a sudden he's getting closer to the weight that he's about to lose. He only has a week. He's already lost 15. And then all of a sudden it's canceled. Kind of fishy to me, man.
Again, like probably just conflicting news sources. I saw something completely different.
I'm
I'd have to read up on it again, but we could just probably move on from that.
I'm
Either
saying
way,
I'm saying Jake Paul is a fraud. He was afraid to get touched up by an actual boxer, and
could be.
I'm sure in the next 2 or 3 days he's gonna say Tyron Woodley
Oh
a
my foot,
third
no,
time.
no,
He's gonna fight another MMA fighter and say he's the best.
no. All done.
I'm sure.
Next.
I'm dead sure that he will call out Canelo. Canelo gives him the fight, and he's gonna cancel the fight and say, "Yo, Canelo didn't make weight." Shut your bitch ass up.
He didn't gain 200 pounds in 5 minutes.
From one fraud to another, boxing is now considered the most corrupt sport ever. So, according to the president of the WBC, which is the World Boxing Council, which is the organization that carries around the green belt, for all those who don't know,
Mhm.
Mauricio Suleiman, who is the president, has tweeted and confirmed the following: that on August 6th, when Jake Paul beats Hasim Rahman Jr., which is not going to happen anymore, but if it did happen, that Jake Paul will earn a ranking on the WBC cruiserweight division, with only beating one professional fighter if he did do it. So, what do you think about this news? Do you think this is fair?
A ranking. So
Yeah, he would be a ranking in the WBC, which
which ranking?
he'd be ranked as a top 10.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how most rankings go. They go like from non-ranked, which is like 15 and under, and then the top 10 is ranked, which is 10 and above.
I see. I don't was I don't know much, but like does um is ramen in the top 10?
No,
No,
he's
he's
not.
fucking not.
He's not.
Okay, I was gonna be like that would make sense, but if he's not, then you're just handing out rankings here and there.
Hell yeah, that
What
means
is
you can
what is
get
he?
ranked, bro.
Yeah, can I have number 12? If he's top 11, can I have top 12? Holy shit. That's retarded. No, I don't think that's fair.
Hey, hell no, dog. It's absolutely not fair, dog.
The thing real quick.
Yeah, it's absolutely not fair. Again, there are other boxers who's been fighting longer that should be ranked, but aren't ranked. And to just have someone come into the sport and beat one pro fighter and then have them ranked in the top 10, it's kind of ridiculous. And it
Yeah.
just shows uh, the WBC as another corrupt organization who just wants cash value or money. And I'm sure Jake Paul gave them some money to get him ranked.
I wonder how
Fucking
much,
horrible.
bro. Imagine working all your life just to get outdone by like
Some
a
YouTuber.
YouTuber with like -1 fight.
Yeah, I'd be so angry.
Oh my God.
But now we've reached our favorite section of the show, which is the stupid statements of the week.
Oh my
And
God.
it begins with the one and only Jake Paul. Jake Paul said he is bigger than Mayweather.
Huh?
What the fuck is this boy saying? Jake Paul told the Zone Boxing that me versus Conor is going to be way bigger than the Floyd rematch. We've already seen that fight. Me versus Conor is going to be way more competitive, way more shit talk, way more entertaining. That is the one everyone really wants. Damn. So what do you think about this crazy ass boy saying some bold words? Do you
You
agree with him?
know, I would agree with him for the wrong reason.
Oh
Hear me
my
out.
god.
Hear me out. That might work just to say that we can see Jake Paul getting the piss beat out of him by Conor. That would actually make sense to a different type of audience. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there people would watch for a number of reasons, and what better reason to see like a very, I would say, yeah, a very controversial, very um notorious versus notorious type thing. You know, one probably gonna get the absolute piss beat out of him. That would be like a younger audience who are just curious, rather than boxing enthusiasts. But in that sense, I would agree. But if it was any other way, depending on who like the actual like audience is and which brings in more, most likely it's not. That's like a retarded way to think. That's not gonna be bigger than a Floyd rematch. The odds are insurmountably different with those two fights, those two matchups. How about you?
Bro, this guy is on something, man. I think he's just saying these things just to get like viral. Be viral, you know?
Yeah, and if it makes money, then
I think he just says these things just to be a troll. Cause I just want someone to beat this man up so he can shut up, bro. Seriously. It's starting to get to the point where it's ruining boxing because when he cancels a fight, he blames boxing rather
bruh.
than the stupid contract he made. Um, so do I think he's going to be bigger than Connor versus Floyd? No, no, it's not. Floyd has already told Connor there's guaranteed $157.9 million. You told Connor that you were going to give him $5 million. I think 157.9 million is bigger than five. I think that it's just factually what it is, and you're just on something. So
When is he not?
yeah, bro, he's on them PEDs. We can clearly tell. Anyway, Jake Paul has announced that he wants his funeral to be arranged by Better BF. Finally, some good news.
Wait, he said that? That's what he said. He wants his funeral.
No, I just
Oh
added that. So, in an interview with the Zone Boxing, Jake Paul was asked if he'd rather fight Bivol or Arthur Beterbiev, and he said he'd rather fight Beterbiev. So,
He,
do you agree with him? Do you think this is a good fight for Jake Paul, or think it's a bad
I
fight?
actually think if I only had a choice like gunpoint between those two, I would say better beef. Not for Jake Paul's sake, but because it'll be over more quickly than it would be with
No, no,
Bivol.
no, 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 no. I'm picking Beterbiev for the complete opposite because I think he's gonna punish this boy. He's gonna punish him so bad. He's gonna carry him until the 12th round. He's so
Oh
exhausted,
no.
beaten up. He's already like spitting out blood. You can see blood coming out his ears. Then he'll knock him out, which I hope does.
God, we're so opposite. I'm trying to save Jake Paul from dying with like maybe like a nice body shot.
Oh
Just
no, no,
end
no!
it.
I think he's gonna get punished to the head. It's gonna be like brutal. He's gonna get his face look like pepperoni, mashed up, man. Rest in pepperoni, man. R.I.P.
Rest in pepperoni. But yeah, no.
Man. But yeah. So either way, whoever he chooses, he's gonna get beat up. But I'm glad he's choosing better BF for my reasons. So I think another stupid comment. So the stupidity does continue in this segment. However, this segment, I did not know this happened during our recording last week, but we didn't forget our boy, our little princess, Ryan Garcia.
My boy.
So during our recording last week, our little princess, our little baby here, Princess Ryan Garcia, replied not to us, but to a multitude of people saying he cannot read. So this is what he said on Twitter. He said, "I may have misquoted what I said. It was a long time ago, but you know what he meant by saying my parents are cousins. If you choose not to read between the lines, then you don't want to see the truth and the intent of Gervonta. I don't care. I know. Last tweet of the night." Do you think Ryan can read? Or did someone on his PR team point out what he just did and it's like, yo, you misquoted. Davis never called your parents retarded. He called you retarded.
No, I think that, once you put a tweet out, even if you try to delete it, it's kind of there. And then so, if you wanted some form of dirt, then you don't have to look any further. You know what I mean? It's better just leave it. I'm pretty sure he can read. Maybe not well, but he can. Just kidding. He can read, bro. Just it's just nitpicking at this point. There are better things to talk.
Yeah, I agree there are better things to talk about, but I'm gonna I'm gonna die on this hill. Bro, you cannot read Ryan Garcia. Clearly, if you read, you could have clearly seen that he wasn't even calling your parents retarded. He said they look like cousins, dog. You retarded for not being able to read. And now you're like, oh, read between the lines. Oh my gosh.
It'd be so fucked if Ryan comes on our show and he just,
I don't,
bro,
what's he
be
gonna do? What's he
fucking
gonna do?
dead, bro.
He's gonna punch me. Don't, bro.
Yes,
I'm down for it. I'm down. I'm down.
bro.
I'm going
You
to
know
go.
how you know how Chris Rock got hit by Will Smith, bro. It's gonna be like that, except I don't think we can withstand one of those.
No, I think I can. I think I can.
You think you got him? You
Yeah,
think you got him?
I think, bro, he has tendencies that any competent boxer can exploit. And guess what? I just gotta keep going, and I'll exploit those tendencies one day.
Bro, you think your fear will not take over by the time you think about the situation?
Yeah,
You got that?
I think I can do it. I think I can do it.
Oh hell yeah!
I think I can do it, man.
Oh hell
So
yeah!
if you guys really want me to rumble it out with Ryan Garcia, share, like, and subscribe to our channel.
Let us know what you're thinking in the comments, guys. We're doing our best, okay?
Tag this boy and be like, yeah, man, you can't read, dog. You just can't. Let's be honest.
God, we're so fucked in the future.
All right. So we are moving on to our MMA section. But before that,
Woo!
Derek Lewis was interviewed by DC Daniel Cormier. And, well, Derek Lewis is kind of heartbroken right now. And here's why.
She didn't?
I did an interview with Ronda Rousey the other day too. Since
She asked about me? No, I'm just saying, off record. Off record.
Shoot. There's 3 cameras, bro. It's not off record. She didn't ask about you.
She didn't?
Heartbroken.
No, it's cool. It's cool. You know I'm married anyway, so fuck yeah.
UFC 277. Derek Lewis once again is on the pay-per-view, guys. Tune in. Look for explosiveness. Hit that buy button. Like, subscribe, and until next time. Peace. Thank you, Derek. You're the man.
Appreciate
You are the man. You're funny.
So, Derek Lewis has the hots for Ronda Rousey, but she was denied.
Damn. My screen wasn't I couldn't see that because the screen share wasn't on. But even that sounds
Oh, really?
yeah.
I thought it was on.
In our state of bliss, we forgot to turn it on.
No, it is on.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is on, bro.
Bro, you're lying. I see your screen. I mean, I see your logo, but not your shared screen.
Bro,
Bro, you're lying.
no, I'm literally looking at it.
All right, wait. Okay, just for tested purposes, guys, give us try play the video like a little bit. See if I can hear it. Let me know
No,
when it's
I'm
playing.
just saying, off record. Off record.
Shoot.
Did you hear that?
Nope, I didn't hear it.
Oh my god. Anyway, on to a better news. Amanda Nunes, the Lioness, is back.
Oh, bro.
So Amanda Nunes gets her revenge. She reclaims her belt and becomes double champ again.
Damn.
And she beats Juliana Pena via unanimous decision, knocking Pena 3 times and landing nearly 62.7% of her total strikes, with 55.9% of her significant strikes compared to Pena's 39%, as well as having 75% takedowns completed compared to Pena's 0%. Man, it was an absolute domination. What do you think about the outcome? Was this a well-deserved win? Is Nunes the GOAT of all women's mixed martial arts?
Dude, she is. I was on the street and I wasn't able to catch much of the fight in person, but I had to watch a replay of it. And my God, the Nunes counter game, her takedown game, her ground game, all of it was just amplified. Like she had like this fire that was just wasn't there the last time, but she got it back within the recovery, and then boom, she puts this out. It was, yeah, of course she's to go to women's of women's MMA in that division. I mean, like who else? Who else has done what she's done? She's a champ and has defended as a champ and got it back as a champ.
Bro, she goes up and down weight, man.
Bro,
It's not like, what Conor did where he became champ then relinquished the belts. She defends them.
no, she just straight up defended them.
Yeah.
That's
she's
insane.
Bro, she bangs, bro. She bangs hard. Not like in a sexual way. I mean, like, her punches bang hard, man. If you rewatch the fight, guys, which I highly recommend y'all do, she gashed up Pena's face.
Dude, there was blood pool after blood pool. Did you see that on the floor?
Yeah, she gashed her she had a huge gash on her forehead because of the constant striking from Nunes. And man, let me just say, when she gets her fire back, she gets her fire back, man. It's scary to watch her completely annihilate Pena like that. And I think, a lot of people were like, after Nunes lost, I saw a lot of people on like Twitter and the internet were like, yo, Nunes is a fraud. that. She's a hype job. I was like, bro, you guys are crazy. I was like, if you guys are fight fans, you can clearly tell when a person is a hype job and when a person isn't really 100% invested in a fight. You just see that from their body, right? Their body language.
Oh yeah.
And Nunez wasn't into the fight, man. Just is what it was, man. I think the fire wasn't there to get up and fight Pena,
Yeah.
and it showed. And then now, after losing her title, that fire reignited, and you saw it in this fight.
You think that'll be the same for Connor?
Nah, I'll be honest. So like, Nunez hasn't gotten the payday like Connor has, man. It's
Yeah.
hard to wake up when you sleep on like silk sheets and wake up on a Lamborghini yacht.
Damn, bro.
Bro, if I woke up in a Lamborghini yacht, do you think I'm going to train as hard as I trained when I had $0?
Nope.
No. So I don't like as great and as good as Connor is. I don't think that fire is in there until he gets broke.
I don't think he's ever gonna go broke. He's a really smart businessman.
Exactly. So I don't think he's ever gonna do it. I mean, the fire's gonna be there for some fights, but like I don't think it's gonna be there like it used to be. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no way.
But Leon Edwards told the world that Nate Diaz is fucked. And this is what he had to say.
That was so majestic.
I know.
Yes, is fucked.
So Leon Edwards told the MMA Fighting that the following: Diaz has done so much for the company, and I wish they gave him a veteran, a nice fight to bow out to give him an up and coming guy that's had 4 or 5 fights in the UFC, and a wrestler as well. I think they fucked up. They should have given him a better fight, but I would love Nate to get it done. But as I said, if I'm a betting man, I'd probably go with Khamzat. What do you think about Edwards' words? Does he have a point? Is Nate Diaz fucked?
Yes, in the same way that you said it, he's fucked.
He is so fucked, man.
Bro, well, if Nate Diaz, he agreed to it, that's the thing though, right? He wanted someone bad, like really skillful bad. And hey man, he may have not gotten one of the top guys on the division, but he got one of them. I can't remember what place Kamzat is on the ranking. I'm not sure but he's definitely top 10. He's ranked in the top 10. So I'm just, if I was a betting man too, I'd go with Kamzat. There is just so much more to his game than Nate Diaz's gas tank. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I think Dana White and the UFC just literally gave Chimaev a chew toy and Nate Diaz.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's horrible to do that to a veteran fighter, especially like Nate Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
When your boss is like, you know what, I'm gonna send my freaking pit bull on you. It just shows like the brutality of like the UFC and MMA to their fighters. I think what would have been very good for Nate Diaz would have been like a rematch between him and Connor.
Yeah, they're at the same. They're almost at the same, or like an easier weight for Connor to get to.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's good money for Nate to bow out to. But instead, they gave him an up and coming guy like Khamzat Chimaev, who, let's be honest, outside of us who's listening to this podcast and talking about it, if you ask like a regular walking out fan and you're like, hey, do you know who Khamzat Chimaev is? They're going to say no. So he's not going to get paid like if he was fighting McGregor.
Yeah.
So He's gonna
I mean,
get
his
beat up
yeah.
and not paid. That's horrible.
I mean, unless the pay-per-view buys are just to see him get absolutely dominated, then that might work. But other than that, nope.
No. But Dana White told everyone, including us, to go fuck ourselves.
Oh, nice.
So this is what he said.
Thanks.
All these people on the internet, go fuck yourselves. So the article is brought to you by MMA Fighting, by Steven Morocco, and the UFC president Dana White, in an expletive laden rant about his recent $250,000 cash gift to Nelk, blamed the black backlash over the gesture on the scumbag MMA media. That includes us. We're part of the MMA media. He said we're scumbags. So this is what he said. Let me set this record straight. First of all these people on the internet, go fuck yourselves. I spend my money however the fuck I want to spend my money. Mind your own fucking business, number one. Number two, if you look at what Kyle and the Nelk boys have done as far as Howler Head and a lot of the other things they've done, those kids have never asked me for anything ever. Never asked me for anything, and they couldn't be better people. Kyle has done so many things for me, and believe me, the $250,000 that I gave him for his birthday does not cover the amount of things that kid has done for me. So don't count other people's money and mind your own fucking business. Damn.
Dude, I'm sorry, but I gotta agree. I have to agree with that.
However, so like it still continues, right?
Oh
Others
shit. Okay.
pointed to the share of the revenue the UFC pays to its fighters, a figure revealed by an ongoing antitrust case against the fight promotion to be only between 5 to 20%. The promotion corporate parent Endeavor.
Oh my god.
I can't read.
Okay, we're almost done. We're zoning through it.
Has boasted record profits thanks to the continued success of the UFC, which boomed during the pandemic due to the shorter layoff in event promotion. Access to information on specific fighters' pay, meanwhile, has decreased, with several state athletic commissions refusing to release disclosed salaries. So, according to this article, there has been released revenue that the UFC pays roughly around 5 to 20% of the revenue promotion to the fighters, rather than, say, in boxing, they get paid 50%, 60%. In addition to that, if you guys haven't watched the recent UFC fight with Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena, so on the co-main event was Moreno versus Cara France, and Brandon Moreno won the fight of the night, and he won only $50,000, and he was overjoyed to win $50,000.
Dude, he was he had a really nasty body kick too.
Yeah, but if you look at that for face value of it is, right, and you saw him react the way he is, you're like, oh, this guy's happy to get $50,000. But then you really look into it, like, why are you so happy to get $50,000 in boxing? $50,000 is peanuts to most boxers, right? Because, Lomachenko, he fights in the lower division, right? He only gets paid around $2 to $5 million. Anthony Joshua, he gets paid $100 million. Canelo Alvarez gets paid around $100 million, $50 million. And this is your pay-per-view main event and your co-main event, and he's overjoyed to get $50,000. Really? What are you doing to these fighters? Come on, $50,000. You're gonna be like jumping up to the sky and be like, yes, money.
I would say like I'm trying to see this at this from multiple angles, because I'm pretty sure it's like, if we're being real, it's more gray than black or white in there from that perspective. Um, and like if from an outside perspective, it may seem easy for us to just be like, oh, pay the fighters more, but there's a huge caveat to that. I understand that point because if as a fighter, if you're the fighter and you're looking at other similar sports and they're making like way more in comparison to you when you're like the sole um you're like the biggest MMA provider too. So it should make sense that you had to like compete with a lot of that. There's probably more gray to that situation than I would think because I mean I agree with that, like, if you have your own money you can do whatever you want with it. Um that part I guess. So the whole Nelk situation is just kind of retarded really. Just it's your own money. Of course Dana has made more than millions and millions of dollars every week, every year. Then 250 to him, it's to give out like that. It's like, personally, that's his business. But for the fighters, see, I'm trying to figure out like what the reasoning would be to if it was just based on views and it's at 20%, 20 to how many, like 15 to 20% of the revenue bias for MMA fighters,
Yeah,
right?
5 to 20%.
Yeah, then I mean that's just the terms that they agreed to. I'm pretty sure the reason why it's not increasing any is because it doesn't have to, you know. The like Pride and One, they they also have different rule sets than the UFC, but the UFC is just so much bigger in terms of revenue, and MMAs can't really make it that well in the boxing game if all of their life they've been focusing on MMA. So obviously they go to the biggest producer, I mean the biggest distributor, which is UFC, and they play under their rules, and the UFC has to well, they have to tussle with nobody. They have no opponent because they're the biggest people, and therefore they don't have to change their terms. So yeah, it is kind of shitty, but I mean, if you don't have to change the formula as a businessman, from a business standpoint, that's just don't fix a problem that's broken in your eyes.
Well, it's don't fix the problem that's broken. It's not broken. While you profit off the blood, sweat, and tears of fighters who aren't even getting paid. I get it if you are a startup or you're starting up as a company and you're trying to get as much views. You are the biggest platform for MMA under the biggest network, which is ESPN. And you're still paying fighters significantly lower than what should be paid. ESPN also controls Top Rank. Top Rank is a boxing organization or promotional company that promotes Lomachenko and a few other fighters. And those boxers are getting paid $2 to $5 million. Well,
Mm-hmm.
the UFC, again, they don't have any competition. Well, right? Boxing, Top Rank has a competition in Showtime, The Zone, Matchroom, Sky Sports. They have so many different other competitions that they have to deal with. But yet, the UFC and ESPN practically has a monopoly over MMA. And you're so big that you're profiting so much more than what you're paying out to your fighters. In addition to that, the UFC has canceled sponsorship deals for fighters to promote on the UFC platform. Prior to their merging with ESPN, you know, fighters used to be able to promote, Monster and all these other brands, Reebok, Nike, Adidas, but now they can't do that because they're only supposed to sponsor Reebok, right? So the fighters don't get the opportunity to make money outside of the fight game from other companies. By doing so, you're just monopolizing all the profits to yourself while the fighters aren't getting any pay. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said it's shitty, but as if bottom line is if there's no large scale force coming from the fighters themselves, some sort of union, then nothing will be changed. That means that
Well,
they are.
I think it's going to change pretty soon because, like, Francis Ngannou, he's currently the heavyweight champion of the world, and he is demanding that he is released from his contract so he can fight Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it makes more money than whatever he's being offered.
And similarly with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor only has 2 more fights under the UFC in his contract. So, likewise, he's also asking for a release from his contract to fight Floyd. So,
Yep.
that's why, like, these fighters who do sign up with the UFC, they're coerced into it because they have nowhere else to go. And even if they are given the opportunity to fight outside of the UFC, they can't. They have to fight under the UFC.
Yeah. I mean, again,
So, Dana White, you
I
can
would.
go fuck yourself for exploiting fighters like that. Because, especially Max Holloway, the release numbers that he only got like 1.2 million after getting beat up that bad by Volkanovski. Shame on you,
Yeah.
man. Shame on you. That man deserved at least 5. Shame. What the hell?
It is what it is.
But on that note, the Diamond, the Diamond Dustin Poirier might shine again. So it says, according to Michael Chandler, he told the media in the backstage of UFC London that earlier that week that a fight with injured superstar Conor McGregor will be inevitable. But on Saturday, he did tease that Poirier should be next. And Poirier's team responded on MMA On Point the following. He said, looks like it's going to be Michael Chandler. Sounds like he wants to smoke, and Dustin is going to give it to him, is what Poirier's team said. So what do you think about the possible matchup between the two fighters? And, if it does happen, who do you think will win?
I saw a little bit on this because there's some sort of altercation between Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier,
Mm-hmm.
and like Michael Chandler was, basically said that if that's not like the way to call him out, if you want to call him out, you don't have to go through like those kinds of means to create a fight, you know. So that's pretty respectable in that regard, and I'm pretty sure Poirier didn't mean it like that, or that altercation to go that way. Probably just heated the moment kind of thing. But people lose their temperatures once in a while. Um, I mean, but those two together, I just hope Dustin Poirier can get through that, and hopefully can get through Charles Oliveira. Again, because I do believe that the things that he's overcome, the peoples that he's had to beat, like it's just sad that I haven't seen him at the top, you know, for for Dustin Poirier. He's gone through Connor multiple times. He's gone through Max Holloway. Uh, he's gone through Justin Gaethje. Wait. Did he get through Justin Gaethje? He did, right? Yeah, Dustin Poirier got Justin Gaethje.
Mm.
And yeah, so I just feel bad for him. I really hope he can pull it off. That's what I think.
Man.
Oh my god, you are freaking dead. I like how the energy you just had. You just like,
Man, I just took another shot, man.
oh my fuck. Okay, let's just keep going. Keep running through. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done.
So like, I think this is a good fight, man. Who I think this is a great matchup between two people. They're the type of type of fighters who come forward, and they definitely bang. And I think it's not gonna be a boring fight like any of the Sanya fights. It's
Oh
definitely gonna
yeah.
be more activity. However, who do I think will win? I don't know. I got to do a little bit more research on the both of them. Like I've seen highlights on Chandler, and the times I did watch Poirier, he is lost. I need to get more understanding on their fight styles and how they are on the ground as well as the standing up. There we go. There's the words.
Standing up.
But there has been reports that Conor might fight for the 150-pound title next. What? If that's not favoritism,
Fuck?
that's
Bro, that is something
so.
else.
From a podcast, this news is brought to you by the MMA Fighting on the Heck of a Morning with Michael Heck. And on his podcast, he gave his thoughts on the 150-pound title fight and made the case that Conor McGregor could find himself in a title fight depending on the results of the Oliveira versus Makhachev. And please note that Conor has 2 more fights under his contract for the UFC. So he said that if Oliveira wins, Conor McGregor will get a chance to fight for the title. However, if Islam wins, Conor McGregor will do everything in his power to avoid that fight, according to Michael Heck.
I mean, he should.
I
That's
know.
just another. That's just another Khabib, bro.
Younger and
In
angry.
younger, more aggressive
Yeah.
Khabib.
So I mean, man, what do you think about this? Do you think this is fair that Conor can skip everyone for a title fight? And if it does
Nope.
happen and he fights Oliveira, crazier things have happened. Who do you think will win that one? Because I already
Bro,
know if he fights Islam, he's losing straight up.
I mean, it just depends on the situation. If it's between who it's between, and I don't think Connor should be anywhere. If he was taken seriously without the money involved, and you're just gonna make based fights on skill alone, he shouldn't be there right away. To put it more humbly, you shouldn't be there.
But the UFC
Um,
is a huge money making thing.
yeah,
So
and I know, yeah, they're a company, so like it's the money, right? Because I mean,
yeah, like
Connor doesn't have that many fights left, so let's say give him.
yeah, Kwana has.
Give him one tune up and then what? And if he wins and then he goes up already, dude, that's let's say if he could get through Dustin Poirier, then he might have a chance. That because he's out of the way because I think the gatekeeper of Conor McGregor is Dustin Poirier. Because
I
he's gone against
think.
him 3 times by now and
I think.
none have come.
No, no, yeah, man. Well, I think he should fight Tony and then Chandler and then title.
Oh, not Dustin Poirier, nowhere near him.
No. He already lost, man. There's no point of him trying to fix that. He lost 2 out of the 3 times. And the first time he was knocked out, and the second time he got his freaking shins split in
Oh,
half.
he got his shit rocked.
Right? So again, if I was at any point like a logical fan, I don't want to see that fight because there's no point in him fighting a person that that beat him twice out of 3 times they met. I hate fights like that. I hate fights where
it just
you
makes
already
money,
know
man.
you already know the outcome with like a significant you already know that guy's gonna win based on the previous fights they had, but they still do it, and I'm like, I don't need to see this fight 4 times in a row, my guy. Stop it. So, either way, if this does happen, I think Oliveira is definitely gonna suffocate this man, and he's gonna black out. He's not gonna tap. He's gonna black out. Islam, if he fights Islam, man, We're gonna
Bruh.
have a whole entire SWAT team in there because they're not gonna be able to take them off each other, and
Oh, bro, and Khabib's gonna be there
there's
too
gonna
because he's
be
coaching.
elbows, bro. Khabib is going to go after Dylan Dennis.
He's not even in the. He's not even there. He's just gonna run there.
Yeah,
Khabib's just gonna run
I
to
just
Dad
yeah.
Dana to Dennis wherever he is.
He's like, Dylan, you piece of shit. I would fight Dylan too, man. He annoys me. Come on. But yeah,
Oh my god.
I
Yeah,
think
that's no. I just the setup is not just morally correct.
uh,
So
it's not morally correct, but guess what? Morals have no place in business, and money
yep,
will come first.
money is
And
money.
guess what? I wouldn't be surprised Dana White throwing Conor McGregor to the wolves like that.
Yep. I mean, it is. He only has 2 fights left, so
Yeah, you know what? He's like, you know what? You're gonna fight Oliveira, then you're gonna fight Islam.
mhm.
He's gonna be ragdolled by both of them.
Hell no. I don't know. Maybe he's been practicing. Who knows? Who knows at this point?
All right, let's be honest. He does not have the submission defense to stop Oliveira.
Well, he was able to do it
Oh, you're gonna
against
say
Khabib.
Khabib? Khabib is not
Yes,
really known for his
for
submissions.
I know, but like just the fact that Khabib is so good at keeping you on the ground, and Connor was able to defend that for most of the fight. I would say his defense is pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's good. It's decent enough where it might be to where if you know how like Charles versus Justin, Charles would just kind of bait the he would bait the takedown or not takedown. He would bait them mauling them on the ground. So like he would get hit by something and then he'll fall to the ground. Um as like a fake to hope that they follow up with it. But Justin just kind of let him get back up so he doesn't get him with him on the ground at all. It's kind of like that. It's probably gonna be something similar to that if they ever fought. As much as he's on the ground, Connor's just gonna tell him to get back up, back to his feet, back where his roots are in the stand-up game. That's my take on it.
Nah, I think Connor's gonna get clapped by both guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Islam's
at
gonna
this
bend him
point,
over, and then
probably.
yeah, what?
At this point, most likely,
Oh
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. How about for the other news section? You pick one.
Man,
pick
all
one.
right. So our other
a cool
news, man. So I'm gonna pick this one just primarily because this one's pretty significant because it's happening right as we talk right now.
Mm.
So we're gonna, if you guys want us to talk about this fantasy city, we will. But this is not the topic we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about this one because tensions are rising.
Damn, I thought it was a Space Force one.
Well, we can
Just
talk
kidding.
about the Space
No,
Force
no, no,
too.
no. It's okay. It's okay. We'll put that. Let us know too if you guys want to talk about Space Force because I have some stuff. Mark has some stuff. Let us know in the comments. Bring that up next one.
By the way, yeah. So like, I saw like a Space Force advertisement pop on my YouTube page.
Oh hell yeah!
It looked cool, man. Like they're selling the whole like Space Ranger type of thing.
Bro,
Like,
it's a real thing, or eventually might be because of the advantages it can provide over other people.
not only
So
that, but I think it's essential for national security primarily
yeah,
because if you are the type of person who thinks that there are not like sentient intelligent life forms outside of our solar system, then you are completely wrong, man. There are clearly smarter beings out there, formed maybe billions of years before us, who've had the time to develop into a more formed civilization that can travel intergalactically compared to us. So I think the Space Force is a great freaking idea when that moment happens where the aliens come and they're like, we're going to take over. Space Force is there to defend Earth.
Bro, I was talking about Earth, not freaking aliens.
Well, I thought
So
hey
we
man.
have we have two different ideas for Space Force.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But Space Force was for the fight
No, I
against
don't know.
aliens.
Oh my fuck! I don't, bro. No, I was thinking more like like the just the advantages of taking photographs from from satellite,
Bro,
or
we
like
don't need a
the
Space Force for that. We already have like the freaking satellites and stuff.
bro. No, no, no. I'm talking about like warfare from above. Can you imagine? You ever play fucking COD, right? Like advanced warfare.
Oh my
Or
god.
they have the kinetic missiles that go down. Can you imagine having something that far away just hitting you and you have no way of
I
of
think
of defending that unless you have your own space force? Exactly, right? So we're like
oh my
practically
gosh. I
will
think
have control of the atmosphere, bro.
no, man. I think it's much more plausible to use the Space Force as like a protection agency for our attempts to colonize Mars, man. Space Force is gonna be there.
Bro,
Uh,
what bacteria are we going against, bro?
oh, you know
Huh?
what? Comment
The
in the
Rock?
section below because like I'm like really tempted to join the Space Force. I'm actually
Okay,
dead ass. I'm dead ass.
bro, we'll talk about more that in the next episode. Let us know what you guys think.
But
Let's
on our actual
go to the other
topic,
one.
is
Yeah.
the tension rising between the United States and China. The Pentagon calls out China's military threats as Taiwan's tension worsens. So this all happened when our Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, has said that she is going to do a congressional tour to Taiwan, and China has said that they're like, hey, you do that, it's gonna be like an act of war, and we're gonna aggressively attack you or something like that. Direct, aggressive, unsafe behavior by China against the U.S. That's what
Oh
the
hell no.
Pentagon has said. And practically, I know that our president and China's president has spoken to each other, and I think the words used is like China told the United States, "Those who play with fire will get burned by it," type of thing.
Mhm.
So that is a very direct way of saying, "Hey, if you mess with us, you will be burned," type of thing. And hey, man, what what do you think about this? Is this the impending end of our longtime peace in the Pacific? Do you think this is going to be a cause for World War III? Because the United States has said that, if China does invade or attack Taiwan, we will take military actions against them.
Bro,
Because
if
we've
China wanna
sent the
fuck,
we've sent the
we'll
Seventh Fleet
fuck,
there
bro.
already. So
Dude, if China wanna fuck, bro, we brought lube. We brought lube, my friend.
I don't
Let's
know.
pull it.
You want to pull it?
Pull it, pussy. No, I just think that, with US being the dominant force that it is, should be showing that you are a dominant, or not necessarily like oppressive, right? That's different. I'm talking about dominant. Then we don't want that in the hands of China, if you're being real. So pull it. Pull it, bitch.
I think what we should do is we should definitely send military escorts to accompany the Speaker of the House into Taiwan. Because if they do attack, right? And I think what would happen is if I was China in any way, strategically, if I were to attack the United States, I would have to attack strategically, and I would attack all the heads of state as fast as I can to discombobulate the line of succession, as well as the military readiness of the military complex of the United States, because we do take a long time to rearm our military. We take a while to do that. You know, we have spread out forces all over the world. We have a huge military complex, right? We spend billions. We spend way more than any other country. But the thing is, our active duty is very small compared to our reserves. And not only that, but if we're fighting against China, they have a large active duty and a large reserve unit. And we would have to probably put conscription out and draft people into the military to ready ourselves. And if they do, I think what would China, if I was China, I'm just saying this. I'm just saying this in speculation. I'm not saying this is their game plan or anything, which I don't know, by the way. But if this was the thing, is like, I would attack the Speaker of the House, as well as coordinate other sleeper cell attacks to, the president, vice president, the VP. And that takes out 3 of the people who are in line for succession in the hierarchy in the United States. And that would dampen a lot of the immediate responses. So, as well as, like, I would try my best to incapacitate the Pacific Fleet. The 7th Fleet, I would try my best to destroy them. Destroying one nuclear aircraft carrier really harkens a lot of damage to the naval force of the United States. But I think it's going to be a very interesting stylistic type of war. But I really hope there's not a war, because I don't want.
I mean, obviously, but it's just
at this point, like, you're just egging it on. Not only that, North Korea is also egging it on. They're like, we got nukes now.
no, you don't. you got freaking water bottles.
You've got freaking
Very-
Sprites and Mentos, and you like
Bro,
shoot that up in the air and be like, go boom.
shut the fuck up, bro. Get your ass out of here.
But I think,
Pretty
yeah,
much.
if it does happen, man, I've told my family, I'll be like, I'm signing up. I was like, I'm signing up, and they're like my mom is like, nah, don't do that. But then all, like, the male members of my family are like, do it. We served. So I was like, shit, maybe.
Yeah.
I might join the Space Force.
Hey, bro, if you want to fight aliens, I'll be fighting actual people, bro. And we'll
Hey, man.
we'll intervene, bro.
I think it's gonna be I don't think it's gonna be a fast war that people think it would be.
We haven't even seen bacteria. If we saw, okay, here's what happens, right? The coolest thing that I always thought when I went to astronomy class, not astrology class.
You a Taurus, bro?
Oh, I swear to God.
You a Capri Sun?
Oh my fuck! I'm gonna take you to the vegetable aisle, bro. Swear to God, if you don't piss in the vegetable aisle, you're not a Gemini, bro. Straight up. But anyway, shit, I forgot what we're talking about. Okay, the coolest thing would be if Europa, right? Europa, we've taken images of Europa, and
Oh,
it
you're
has
talking
a
about
moon.
Space Force. I thought you were talking about the war. I was like, hey.
No, I'm talking. No. We went back to Space Force, and we're talking about aliens, bro. That's where it was going, right?
No, I thought we were talking about the war between us and China, man.
No. I know, no. But we went to Space Force, and then we said we'll intervene.
Oh, hell
Nah,
no.
we're too fucked up for this, bro.
Yeah, we are. But in all honesty, if the United States does go to war with China, I think China would gain the upper hand in the early stages of the war. However, once we get our military complex back going, I think it's game over.
Pretty much.
Because it's kind of remarkable to see how the United States mobilizes especially like everyone who's like gung ho for the country, will mobilize.
Yeah.
And
Or will aid the U.S. to mobilize even faster.
yeah,
So-
not only that, but the United States is a part of NATO, so NATO has their forces on standby already. So
Yep. Pull it. Do it. I dare you.
I think we need this war. At this point, I don't
No,
think we
we
need
do
a war.
not. Please
But
don't sue us. I'm not blacklisted, please. Please,
Uh,
FBI.
no, I don't think. But I'm losing my brain cells.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Please subscribe, like, comment if you agree or disagree. Keep listening in. We will always have episodes for you every week.
And we'll play around with the format, bro. We'll have different challenges maybe. I don't know, but for now we'll work around with the not being sober episodes. We'll see how that goes. See if we need to change the formula up a bit.
Yeah, if you guys want, we could have like some kind of gameplay or something going on in the background while we talk about stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, but for those, we could probably just make the context a lot shorter,
Yeah.
and then we'll open up more on those topics, and then play games at the same time. That could be that
Yeah, we could do that, man.
easy.
Yeah, we could do a lot of things, but thank you to the 31 people who listen to our channel, and thank you to the people from Hong Kong and Thailand.
Why are you here? Do you like us?
We're sorry,
like us?
but we don't know any words in Thai or in Cantonese.
I'm not even gonna go there.
We don't have any words for those, but thank you from us to you. Thank you very much. And oh man, we just talked about going to war with China. Ain't Hong Kong a part of China now?
No, we got you guys. I don't know.
thought-
Are they?
I thought it was. I thought there was like a whole like movement about
Oh
it.
no. I thought we're confusing Taiwan with Hong Kong, my friend. Oops.
Yeah, like Hong Kong was like independent.
Oh no, that's
city-state
just straight.
until-
That's just straight China, I think.
right
or the
now.
Yeah.
Well, if you are from Hong Kong, please educate us on that too.
Yeah.
But,
But if you're not, hey bro, pull it. I dare you.
Stop. Stop. Don't do that.
I'm joking.
They're gonna
That was a joke.
they're gonna attack like Hawaii first.
Yes, specifically because of a singular podcast with two people being dumbasses.
Yeah, but
Big
thank you
deal.
guys. Thank you guys again for listening to our podcast. I'm gonna go eat some food because I
Yo.
need some.
I'm gonna go pee.
I need it. I've been holding my pee the whole time. I was so close to peeing in my shot glass. Dead ass guys.
All right. See you guys. Shoots. We're done. This shit.